Good morning, everybody. How is everybody doing today? Today, I'm here to share with you the YouTube hop that is brought to you by Angeldreamcrafts, Kim. This is her 6th annual YouTube hop. This is her 6th birthday of her shop opening. And happy birthday, Angeldreamcrafts and Kim. And thank you, Kim, for all that you do. And everybody go and visit Kim's shop and get you some of her beautiful laces and goodies that she shares in her shop. You will always find something that you can use. She has gorgeous laces. She has a little bit of everything, so y'all go visit her store. Today, I'm going to share with you what I have made. This year's theme was Paris. So, Kim sent me some gorgeous fabric in my Designteam package, and it had this gorgeous lady on there with her fan, which I absolutely loved. So I fussy cut this out of the fabric, and I just put some trim around it here. I have made this little stick pin book, and it's got a couple of pockets in there with just some little extras. It's not very big, but this will be one of my prizes that I'm giving away today. Around the top here is some trim that I had in my stash that just matched the dress here. Down here at the bottom is some trim that I had in my stash, the little orange beads. They go perfectly with her dress. This beautiful pearl trim is from Kim's shop, and I'm not sure if she still has this, but y'all can go and check. This beautiful blue tulle ruffled trim here, gathered ruffled trim, is from Kim's store. Absolutely love that. This gorgeous flower here. Look at that, how pretty that centerpiece is. It goes so pretty with these pearls. The background trim here, or not trim, excuse me, the background lace here, let me flip it so you can see more of the pattern here. This lace is Kim's. And if you can see underneath here, I made this from a doily that I have just turned into the little book here. This was a big square doily, and I've just folded it over for my pages. So that is the front and the back. Oh, and this gorgeous charm here. Look at that. How gorgeous is that? Kim has these little plates with the sequins around the edge in her shop. The cabochons are in her shop, and then I have just lined in between here with some rose gold and pearl with rhinestone, just to outline the center of the cabochon. And that's so pretty. She also sells the little pins here, the little bulb pins. So pretty, and it goes so well with this little book. So cute. I did not put a closure on here because I don't feel like it needs one. Like I said, this is just a small book. But I have made you some embellishments here, and I will show them up close. First of all, I want to talk about the trims. This is some trim I had in my stash. This is Kim's beautiful flower that was on one of her trims that I've used in the corners here. It matches the colors. The fabric here was some I had in my stash that I've used for the pages. This beautiful little trim here, I have made a crown and used one of the bulb pins. I have just added some bling, added the pearls, and made a, I think it's precious, this little crown, or it's a big crown actually. Now, whoever wins this, you can take these out. You can use these pins any way you wish. And then you can, pin something else. And I have backed this with some felt for the pins to stick in. But you could always take this off, use it on a project, keep your pins, in here. Use this as an embellishment. This is also Kim's trim. This gorgeous flower trim that I got in my package. You might have seen me share with the gorgeous dangles. I have just clipped one and made a little dangle. Added this little peachy color flower in the middle. This is Kim's beautiful little embellishment here. And let's see, I believe all of these little beads here were just in my stash. I've made a stick pin, and over here I've taken just a little bead. I'm not going to take the time to unpin these, y'all. I hope you can see this. I've taken a little crystal bead, one of Kim's little flowers off of one of her trims, and another bead that I had in my stash. and made that little stick pin because I wanted everything to match the book. So, okay, and then over here on the next page, let me take this out. This is a precious little fan that I made. I love the way this turned out. I think it is so stinking cute. Oh my goodness, it is so cute. I'll show you that in a second. So this fabric over here I had in my stash, and it's beautiful. Matches perfectly with the other colors. I think this was in my stash also, this ruffle here. This is Kim's gorgeous trim here that I've used, and I've added the little rhinestones. This beautiful little bow trim. I know you recognize that. It's very popular. I have lined the top of this gorgeous lace that I got in my DT kit. And I told you how you could clip these little dangles apart. So that's what I've done here. And it just makes them kind of, you know, they have some movement instead of being all sewn together. You can clip those apart, and it's so cute. I'm sure on a different project where there's not so much white at the bottom, you could really, you know, you could see them moving more. But I love the way that looks. And Kim's little roses here. And this little trim here around the edge was some vintage trim I had in my stash. Let's talk about this. This is so stinking cute, y'all. I wanted to do a fan because, you know, as you can see in the fabric, the Victorian ladies, they loved their fans. Like in this image here, which I did take again from the fabric. I just fussy cut around it. And you see here on the front, she has her beautiful fan. So I wanted to make a fan. So what I did, I made me a template out of some card. And then I've just lined it with some lace. This was some I had in my stash around the edge here. This up here was, I mean, offcuts of some trim, gorgeous trim that I got from Kim. I mean, these are just little offcuts. I clipped them to give them some movement and to make them fit better around the top here. I love the way that looks. These are Kim's beautiful roses. This is Kim's gorgeous sequin fabric that we all love in the background. This down here, again, another little offcut of Kim's fabric with a polka dot. This was a double layer tulle trim that had polka dots. It's gorgeous. That was just a little piece I had laying around. I thought that was so cute on the bottom with this gorgeous pin here with the heart. Love that. This is Kim's bow, and this is also Kim's rose. I think this turned out so cute. I just love it. I love it, love it. So that goes in that pocket. So pretty. Here in the middle, I have done my classic 2-pocket center. This is the gorgeous fabric that she sent me in my package. And this is her gorgeous trim here. I've added the sequins and made some pockets. Again, this beautiful trim here I had in my stash. And this lace was in my stash. So I love the way the pockets look up against that darker fabric. They stand out so pretty. And here I've gave you some tags. Now this little postcard is from the kit from Amy Love. Hi Amy. And we were asked to use her new digitals. These are her new digitals that I will show you another project that I used mostly all of her digitals, but I will show you that. I just included a couple of her postcards in these pockets here. They are so, so cute. And you can journal on these on the back. So cute. So I've given you 2 of these. I love this one with the Eiffel Tower. So pretty with the bow and the rose. And also these are Kim's too. This is that same trim that I showed you on the fan. And I just clipped them around again, clipped them out and made a flower. I just pieced them all together, the petals, and made a flower. And this, I believe, was fussy cut from this trim, the center of this flower. So you can use these trims in so many ways. You can just clip little bits. Also, I've done the same thing here. This was part of Kim's trim. I have fussy cut another little piece out of another trim of hers and made the 2 flowers. So, so cute. So those go in your pockets. And then these are just tags. These are really thick card tags I had in my stash. I've made a bow out of the beautiful tulle with the polka dots. I love this tool. I have used it a lot in these projects. It's so pretty. This is also from the Rose. This same trim here that I've taken pieces of and just made little flowers. They match perfectly on these cards, and all the colors are just perfect. They go so pretty together. I have given you 2 of these. And you can reuse these. Whoever gets this, you can reuse these on your own projects. Give them, you know, in your Happy Mails, you know, however you would like to use them. And then the last 2 pages, this was a real simple little book, like I said. I was pressed for time, y'all. I didn't have time for large projects. Although Amy's project took me the longest over here, but it's also got Kim's laces all over it, so it's for both of them. But this little book was just, I was able to do this one, you know, a lot faster. It's the same fabric here. Look at the gorgeous print. I'm not sure if that's picking up, but it is printed. Gorgeous. It has the same trims. Love that. And over here, some more pins I've made for you. This is a dangle from Kim's store. And I've added the little sequins, and I've added just a little flower I had in my stash. I absolutely love the way this turned out. I fussy cut a stamp out of the fabric she gave me. Added a little flower center that I fussy cut out of some of her laces. Added one of those tiny little bows off of that bow trim right here. I've just cut one little bow, added a rhinestone. How stinking cute is that, y'all? And I have backed it with more of that fabric. And it's kind of soft, but it's squishy. I think I put some, I put some felt, I think, in between that to kind of give it some thickness. I love that. I think that turned out so sweet. Can y'all see that? I hope it's showing good. And another pretty stick pin that just matches. Over here, this was my last bit, y'all, of these gorgeous pearl trim that I had. So I wanted to incorporate that. That would be gorgeous, used on another project. A shabby chic, you know, with your pinks, your baby pinks. You could take this off, put that on another project. You have all these pins you could reuse any way you wanted. So whoever gets this, I hope you get lots of use out of this. And here I have just made a little booklet, a little notepad. You can use it for yourself. You can send it on in a Happy Mail, however you wish to use it. I put several pages in here that you can journal on or write your little notes. This is again part of that polka dot trim and some more fussy cut flowers of Kim's. And this is just some card I had in my stash. I did attach this on both sides here, so it'll stay together. I won't take time to tie that right now. I will fix that back. So that is my first project, y'all, and my first prize I will be giving away. Okay, and the next one, now there's a story behind this. This is a gift bag, y'all. This is a recycled gift bag, and I will tell you all about it. My aunt, hi Aunt Donna, if you're watching. My aunt, my sweet aunt, gifted my sister and I for Easter. She gifted us these beautiful little calendars. And, you know, they have every day, and they have a little saying. So she gifted us these for Easter. Let me put that over here. In these gorgeous gift bags. And so my sister then gave me her gift bag so that I could repurpose it. You all know I love to repurpose things, and especially beautiful prints like these. So pretty. So I have just, you know, repurposed it. I've taken the, like it had some handles like this. So I've removed that, and I've added the pearl because I love the pearl. I just wanted to show you what I started with. It was the same bag except for it had blue ties, okay? Sorry, my phone cover here. Okay, so this is what I've made. And this is some of Amy's beautiful kit that she shared with us to do on this project. So I have taken Kim's, some of her trim that I had left over. I had just a little piece of this, and I have cut it down with my pinking shears, and I've made it shorter because it just didn't fit right, and I wanted it to be shorter, and I didn't want it to fray, although it is fraying a little bit. This was a last little piece of a rose trim that y'all might remember me sharing. I will show you more of that later, that had the roses attached. I have just a fussy cut, just a little piece of that, and added to the top. This was a bow that I had in my stash. Look at these colors against this bag, y'all. Is that not beautiful? So happy with the way this turned out. So there's your little handles. And I did reinforce these. You can hold it by the handles and it's not going to come loose. I've left the sides of the bag the same, and this is the back. This is what I started with. So I only did the front here. And this is to keep in your craft room, y'all. Or however, if you want to re-gift this to somebody, however you want to use it. But I made these stuffed envelopes to stick out the top. And they're filled with goodies, but I thought the colors and everything, how cute is that? I've been admiring it sitting on my desk over here. It just looks so cute sitting in your craft room to keep things in. I made it to keep these stuffed pockets. Like I said, you could keep laces, you could keep your ephemera, you know, anything you wanted to store. It's just so cute. Okay, I'm going to take these out now and show you what I've made. And also, I want to show you how I did the inside of this. I left the bag. I left the hard cardboard in the bottom. And also, let me tell you while I've got this on my mind. I'm sorry, y'all. I'm like a squirrel. I get something on my mind. I got to tell about it right then. So sorry. I know I'm not the only one. But anyway, this piece of hard cardboard, you know, holds the bottom together. So I'm keeping that in there. To send this to you, the shipping, while I'm thinking about it, I will fold this so that it will, you know, it's going to come to you like this, and it's going to come to you like this, you know, so that it doesn't get mashed or whatever. It will fold and fit nicely, and I will wrap it good in a padded envelope. Okay, I just wanted to make that clear, because I know looking at this put together, you know, there's really not a good way to ship it, but you can collapse it. It'll be just fine. So inside the top here, I have lined it with some paper just around the top. And as you can see, I have reinforced where I put the pearls through, the pearl chain. Those pearls are not going to go anywhere. So I was super happy with the way that turned out. And I left the inside white. That's fine. It's not going to show. Okay, I'm going to put that over here and show you the pockets. So this is the first one. I just had this paper in my stash. I love these papers, and I use these quite a bit. And I'm sorry I can't remember who I got them from. This is Kim's part of her lace. I just took, this is the last flower I had off of this trim, and so I wanted to use it. I've attached it to the bottom with one of her gorgeous little roses. I love these roses. Look at that shine. I love it. So pretty. I have backed this beautiful little coffee card here with some of that polka dot tulle. I'm not sure if that's going to show up, but it is there. I have made a little ruffle all the way around. I've added a piece of tulle I had left over from another trim. Just made a little bow, put a little rose of Kim's. And up here, this came from another kit by Boho Love, I'm pretty sure. I've used a couple of her words there again in these. And this is Kim's trim here. I'm sorry, not trim. Embellishment, y'all. Y'all know what I mean. It's still early for me. This was my vintage trim I had in my stash. And this blue trim is Kim's. And it's gorgeous. It matches perfect with these papers. On the inside here is 2 pockets. Look at these sweet cards, y'all, with the coffee. Perfect for me, huh? So I've lined Kim's trim up here just with some ivory colored trim I had in my stash. And some little pink bows. I've attached these cards. I've attached those on the pockets here. This is pretty simple. I have made you 2 double pockets here. This is some vintage trim that I had in my stash. And this is my trim that I had in my stash. And here we have 2 more of the beautiful postcards from from Amy's kit. So there was 4 postcards in this little kit. They're so cute. I've included 1 each in there. And these little pockets were in the kit. So inside here, I've just made a little closure with some some of my paper I had on hand. And I have put some little cards. These are little patisserie cards that she had in the kit. You can journal on these. You can reuse these in your own project, however you would like to use them. You can reuse these little envelopes, however you wish. And in this one, I have done basically the same. I have given you 2 more cards here. Aren't they so cute, y'all? They're so cute. So lots of things for you to play with in your own projects. So this is the first envelope. Like I said, take these out. You can put whatever you wish in these pockets. And it stores inside your little bag like that. So, so cute. All right, here's the next one. Gorgeous. I love the way this turned out too. So pretty. Again, this is some paper I had in my stash. This is Kim's Beautiful Lace here. I love it. And I think I used nearly all I had. I have one, I think I have a little tiny piece of that. Amy's Beautiful card. This was one of my favorites in that whole kit. One of my favorites. Loved it. I have, again, used a little polka dot tool. Made a little ruffle to make it pop. Added a little bow just with some ribbon I had. Some little bling. This is part of Kim's applique I got from Kim. I just fussy cut the one flower to put down the edge. So pretty. This is some little trim I had in my stash. So that's the front. You flip it over. This is, I believe this was Amy's. And like I said, I did use a couple of words from Boho Love. I believe this was Amy's. And these little flowers here were in my stash. And I've added 2 little blings on each side. Now this is Kim's Beautiful Rose charm that I got in my kit. And I just added a little blue bow behind it to kind of make it pop. Put it on here. You can always remove that and use it somewhere else. You open your pocket. And I've made you some goodies inside. You can always, this is just the little pocket here. Nice and roomy. Oops, I forgot a card there. I just made these cards. I just kind of guessed at this. I did not have a template or anything. I was just playing, and this is what I came up with, y'all. And I think it turned out so cute. It's not perfect, but, I mean, it suits the purpose I was going for. So I was very happy with the way that turned out. This is another card you can play with. You can journal on that. You can reuse it. I've made this precious little fold out. Sorry, this is the front. It's got that gorgeous dangle from Kim. This was on a trim that she had. I just cut one single little flower. Put that on the front. I have fussy cut another little flower off of the other trim. Added my little rhinestone. More of this paper that I had in my background. In my stash. I'm all talking crazy this morning, y'all. This is just 3 of Amy's beautiful little cards that I have just put here. I had this gathered tool that has little gold, it's not really, what am I trying to say? It's got a sparkle to it. It's not really, what am I trying to say, y'all? It's not going to come off, is what I'm trying to say. And, I love it. I love the way that looks. This was Kim's trim here. I've just cut you 3 little flowers just to embellish. And then this is Amy's little words and little coffee that I fussy cut. And on the back here, the little macaron. Is that how you say that? Macaron. So cute. So cute. So that's the first little book. In here, this is just 3, let's see, 3, 4, I think it's 5 more cards here. I've made this little paper clip to hold it together. This is some more of our precious cards, y'all. Aren't these so cute? So you got lots of cards here to play with. Or you could use them for journaling. I forgot to ink the back of a couple of these. I'll have to go back and do that. So cute. This is another fussy cut that was in the kit. My little bow, edge here is trying to curl on me, but that's okay. So I've just backed the front of this paper clip and the back with the little macarons, or however you say that. Macarons. Y'all know I've never had a macaron or macaroon, however you say it. I have never had one. And I see a lot of y'all in your kits putting those in there. And I just wonder, are they like cake? I think they would be a little thicker than cake, like the texture. I don't know, I'm guessing. I don't think I've ever had one. So that just holds those little cards together, and that's so cute. This is, again, another offcut of Kim's tool off of some of her other trim. There's those. And then this precious little envelope here. I have made another one of the bows. And this is one of Kim's trims also. I've just cut one flower. So cute. Back here I have put the little mitt, the little oven mitt as a closure. Isn't that so cute? And inside here you have another card. So many cards to play with, y'all. How cute is that as a closure? Oh my goodness, too cute. So that is what's included in this. And like I said, take these out and reuse them in your own projects. Put whatever you wish to store inside these envelopes. Whoever wins this, I am giving both of the things I've made as prizes, y'all. You must comment, and you must like, and you must be a subscriber who we can see. You cannot be someone who is hidden and enter the drawing. You have to be, of course, somebody that we can see. Someone we actually can see your name and everything. So that one goes in like that. And then this last one here, look at that. Isn't that gorgeous? Oh my goodness, this paper was perfect. So this is an image I had in my stash. I've had this one in here for a long time. Since I first started crafting, I think I had cut this. I think I got this one. It was a free printable off of Pinterest. And I've had it in my stash, and I've never used it. So it was perfect because it says Paris right here. Look at the colors. The colors were perfect. This was Kim's gorgeous ribbon that she gave me with the roses. Beautiful. Perfect for this, to make another bow. Another beautiful embellishment here. Her beautiful ivory trim. Perfect to set off this beautiful pink tulle. And all of it looks so pretty with this paper. And now this is one of the fussy cut words from By Boho Love, Paris. This has I guess that's an address maybe. Super pretty. So this is the front of the envelope. This is the back. Another one of By Boho's words here that I've used. Perfect. Colors and everything, and the theme so perfect. Fussy cut butterfly. Some little roses. I've clipped off the green part and just used the rose. These are Kim's. So pretty. And this is the inside. Again, I did this just by visual, y'all. So it's not perfect. I'm seeing glue right here. You know, I fussy cut this, and I thought, oh, I'm going to mess it up. And it's not perfect, like I said, but, you know, I made it work. I think it works fine, y'all. So this is what's inside. I've made you a stuffed pocket here. And I've put all these precious little pieces of Amy's kit. I've put several of them on the front here. I do believe this was from By Boho. This was hers. This is Kim's flowers. All of these little fussy cuts are Amy's. This was in my stash. Some little cards here. So many cards. So this is your stuffed pocket. I mean your little, yeah, your stuffed pocket. This is the back. I've just added another card of Amy's. These are some of her fussy cuts that were in the little kit. Just to embellish the back, because I wanted both sides to be pretty. A little piece of that polka dot tulle. I made a little tab here out of just my paper. And then a little bow. And then you have this precious coffee cup card here. This is another one of my favorites. Gorgeous. And then this pretty card here. So many cards, y'all, to play with. So you know I like the colors and everything to be fit in here just right. So y'all bear with me, okay? Because, yeah, there we go. Like the pink and the blue and the pink and the blue. Yeah. So cute. Okay. And then I've given you 2 more of the postcards. So much to play with. So that is my 2 projects, y'all. And my 2 prizes that I will be gifting to somebody. And I hope that you liked my projects. Y'all please go to follow all of the ladies doing the hop, all of the designers. I will have them listed in the description box. I wish everybody good luck. And thank you so much for watching. And I hope you enjoyed my projects and watching them. And what am I forgetting here? Go visit Amy Love. Go and visit Kim, Angeldreamcrafts. And thank y'all so much for subscribing and for your comments. And be sure and hit that thumbs up, y'all. You must subscribe. You must leave comments if you would like to win these prizes on everybody in the hop. You must leave your comments to be able to enter into the prizes. And Kim is giving away a $40 gift certificate to her shop. So be sure and register for that. And let me share her card one more time. She's on Etsy, Angeldreamcrafts Kim. And thanks so much for joining me, y'all. And good luck, everybody. And I'll see you next time. Bye.